Hey, cousin everybody. Welcome to Mama's Comedy Show.
Hey, cousin everyone, it's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show, and with me is Cousin Melanie.
Hello.
And Cousin Kenny.
Welcome.
And are you running a haunted house right now?
Am I doing what?
Running a haunted house?
No.
Welcome.
No, if I were running a haunted house, it'd be like, welcome.
Okay. And Cousin Ali.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's what whales ejaculate.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why the ocean is salty.
How you guys doing?
Pretty
Good.
well, good.
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. You know what? I'm not fine.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
What happened?
My world has been shook.
What?
Melanie.
Uh-oh. What did she do now?
No,
I don't even know, and
no,
I'm scared.
Melanie, you didn't do anything. I just need you to grab that package right there.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And then explain to us what an upper
She
decker
saw.
is.
she saw.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So
I
yeah.
see it. It's here.
yeah, what is it?
These are the Oreos that taste like Coca-Cola.
No, they taste like Coca-Cola Zero.
Coke
Okay.
Zero.
I don't know the difference, but
I
it says
think you're right. I think it just says
it
Coca-Cola.
just says Coca-Cola with popping candy.
right.
Coke Zero is the devil's taint.
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero is amazing.
Yeah.
You shut your face.
It is not.
is.
I will punch you in Melanie's
know this
uterus.
was
You
gonna be
can
the
punch
moment.
me all you want. It's still going to be terrible.
It's also they have a Coke Zero that is Oreo flavored, and it is delicious.
They're red?
Yeah. They're. I
Well,
don't, I don't
you are
know.
reading it, so yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see color, so you tell me.
They got some black in it, too.
Melanie, go ahead and
Yes.
open it up and.
Ooh, it says slit appears when opened.
Yeah. Giggity.
Why is she
Beautiful.
always fingering her slit?
Now,
It's weird.
hand them to all of us. You're
Okay.
closest to the middle.
I've already had one. I'm good.
Okay, I got one.
All right. Now, Melanie.
All right, I'm ready.
Do you like Oreos?
Yeah, normally.
Kenny, do you like Oreos?
I do, yes.
Okay.
There was a while that I was trying all the different flavors, but like 75% of them were terrible.
Yes.
Well, now get ready for your mouth hole.
They're cute.
Yep. Put it in your mouth.
God, it does smell like
Put it in your
Second.
mouth. In your motherfucking mouth.
Huh? Yeah.
That's good.
It's real good.
That's not trash.
No, it's really good.
It's all right.
And there's Pop Rocks in it. So,
Wait. There's not enough for you to hear.
yeah, you could put the whole cookie in your mouth.
Wait. It smells like Coca-Cola.
Kenny just looks like he's trying to blow a microphone.
No, I was trying to see if the sound of the
can
Pop
hear?
Rocks come across on the audio.
I feel it. I love Pop Rocks.
But
Let's see. Can you guys hear it?
I hear Ali doing a Pop Rock impression.
Oh, okay.
Are the Pop Rocks in the cream or in the cookie?
Doesn't matter.
Well, if I want to have a whole bunch of Pop Rocks, I need to know if I'm eating all the cream or all the cookies.
Right now, they're in your mouth.
Yep.
Now drink a soda when you have Pop Rocks in your stomach.
And jump up and down.
Yes.
That's how Prince died.
These are very good. I don't think I would want like 12 of them, but they're very good.
Oh, you can't have 12 of them, so close that bag.
But the slit appears when open.
Show me. Oh, Melanie.
Thank you for showing us your slit.
Melanie.
And it appears when opened. Nice.
So those are super hard to find.
A good man?
Because they're good.
Yeah, they're real good.
Where did you find them?
I found those at 7-Eleven, but I went to like 3 7-Elevens before I found one that wasn't sold out. And I literally got the last one. And I went to get gas today. And as I was like, I went inside just to check. And sure enough, this 7-Eleven only had one left. So I grabbed that to deprive anyone else from having it.
Good. Suffer.
Now, have you had the Oreo soda, Coke Zero?
Yeah,
No.
it's great. I love it.
Okay.
It's so good.
I haven't tried that one yet.
It's what it tastes
Does it taste like that?
Kind of. It tastes more like a sweeter Coke Zero with like that aftertaste.
Okay. Okay.
So it's real good.
Okay.
We'll try it out. So the Oreo Coke 0 and the Coca-Cola Oreos.
And I feel like, what I feel like is, like right now, with all of this tension over the election, if we could just give Oreos to everyone.
Yes,
It's only two a serving.
That would heal our nation.
it
Only
would.
two.
Also, blowjobs.
Definitely
It
blowjobs.
depends on the Oreo.
Like,
They're
how can you be angry when you're getting a blowjob.
I don't know. I've tried.
Exactly. Imagine if you're getting some of the double stuff, the double
What if you
stuff.
go-
Also, it's also only 2 per serving.
Yeah, there you
Yes!
go.
So, but who's doing that? No one.
Depends
No.
how much you care about our country.
Yeah.
I don't. I will leave this country with all of its Oreos and let you all enjoy the rubble yourselves. So,
A needle pulling thread.
Ray?
A note to follow, so?
Ray is a drop of golden sun, you idiot.
Oh, damn it.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Do.
Do.
A deer. A female deer.
I did that show. Have you guys ever done that show?
No. I've never seen it.
I was Rolf. I was the little Nazi.
You were
Oh, that
you were
is-
the
On the
piano
floor?
playing Muppet?
That
No.
is what we call typecasting.
No, I was.
Nice.
Although, the difference in the play, Rolf lets the family escape, and in the movie, he blows the whistle on them.
The movie, they're like, let them cry.
Fucking Muppet.
Yeah, and I will say this: this was in a professional equity dinner show,
All right.
and
Did they have Oreos?
probably Oreos have been around for like 200 years. But the one of the guys in the cast was a super funny dude, a heavier, heftier guy, and he would always try to make everyone laugh because you get bored when you're doing a show 8 times a week for 8 weeks. And so I remember there's the first scene where Rolf comes in and he's clearly now Nazi Rolf, and he's delivering a letter to the Von Trapp family, and it's all everything just turns serious. And then I walk outside, and there are like Nazi generals, and we're all just kind of like, I'm just a kid, and we're all talking. And this dude, the audience can't hear what we're saying. It's all about what the Von Trapps reacting to this Nazi presence. And I'm outside looking serious as this giant Nazi soldier, chubby guy, starts going, I want you to fuck the dog. I will hold its claws so it does not scratch you, but then you will fuck the dog.
And that's when Black Mirror was created.
I was a pig he had to fuck.
I know.
But that was, I learned to really keep my shit together during that show. And that dude I did a bunch of shows with that guy. And he would, oh God, he was so fucking funny. But I remember we were doing Big River. And again, super serious scene. It's when the Klan comes for Jim.
Yeah.
And I would stand up and look out the window to go, they're coming, Jim. And as I look out the window, this dude has his shirt, his t-shirt backstage pulled up over his head so that his titties are sticking out. And he grabs and squeezes his titties and then turns his head to the side and cries. He goes, because of the movie Fame. when is it Coco has to take off her shirt and she starts crying
my God.
in front of the casting director. So he just thought that was the scene that he was going to keep doing every
I
night.
loved theater practical jokes and pranks and things like that. I used to love that.
Yeah. Do you have any good ones?
Yes, I remember when we did a show called The Clowns Play. This was in junior college. It was a kid's show.
Right.
Which, by the way, all the kudos to every actor that has done a kids show run. The amount of energy it takes to do kids shows and it's insane. So the premise of the show is we are all clowns, but we're the pre-show for the play Jack and the Beanstalk. So we're just having fun, and then we get the news, oh no, the bus broke down. So we got to do the play. So we end up doing the play as these clowns.
Right.
So we had the giant was the coach of the basketball team. All of our clown shoes were his old Converse. Like legit, they were his old Converse. So this guy was great though. He's not an actor, but he was so awesome. He was a natural yes-ander.
Right.
He would yes-and you and have fun, and he was great with the kids. Awesome. So he starts getting involved with the practical jokes, doing little things. And so he goes, how come you guys never pick on me, really? And I go, okay. So there was one scene where he has to jump in this box, and they're hiding the giant in the box.
Right.
So me and my buddy Jason filled that box with ice. Just ice. So you hear them go, woo! And they had to sit there for a solid 10 minutes.
And that's how he lost his penis.
Yes. It was
He's no
great.
longer with us at all today.
It was great.
I
One of
think
my
you both
favorites.
should reach out to these people and invite them to a show.
Yes.
So you know what? There's a girl that I did The Sound of Music with, that same show. And so this is a fun story. I was Rolf. I was, I think, 20 or 21 at the time of doing this show.
40 years ago.
Yeah, just a couple years ago. And because I was over 18, I was single cast into the show. But all of the Von Trapp children had to be double cast because for work
Nap time.
reasons.
Right.
And we were doing the two Liesels, because you know Rolf and Liesel have the 16 going on 17, and it ends with a kiss. And one of the girls was going to turn 18 during the
Oh,
run.
I remember this story. Tell me the story.
And she was like Liesel A. She was supposed to be the one that was going to do opening night and like the big press events, and then Liesel B. So we had to rehearse everything with those kids twice. So I did the first show, or the first rehearsal of the song with Liesel A. And at the end of the song, she kisses, we kiss, and it's just that, you know, little kids kissing, kids, 16, 17
Yeah,
year
you're
old
trying
kids.
to not make it creepy. I hear
Right.
what you're doing. Yeah.
And then the second Liesel,
Could you take your hands out of your pockets, please, while you're telling this story?
as I'm excited. The second Liesel fucking plants one on me. Like, I feel her tongue, like, moving into my mouth. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And I go and I sit down, and one of the little Von Trapp kids, this little 9-year-old boy, I sat down, and he just goes, dude, she's 14. And I was like, oh, God, I can't do that scene with that girl. Like, I was like, And then, opening night, Lisa Lay breaks her foot in the show.
Oh, Lisa Lay.
Yeah.
Fucking Lisa Lay.
Always this with Lisa Lay.
She never got Lisa laid.
No.
No, she did not.
Melanie, have you ever done any pranks backstage?
Or on stage, or...
Not really, but I also, as much as I was a theater kid, I wasn't a theater kid.
Because you didn't have talent, or...
Sure. But in
Make yourself cry right now.
in high school, give me time. In high school, I did visual art, and in college, I did science.
What did you
Blinded
mean
me
by
with science.
What do you mean by visual art? What did you do?
Sculpture and graphic design.
Do you still do sculpture?
Not so much. Not recently. I'm still capable. It's there. It exists, but I don't really do it so much anymore.
When was the last time you did it?
Ooh, probably 4 or 5 years ago.
What did you sculpt?
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was some sort of
Dick?
yes, but it was a box, like a multi-sided
vagina
box
and a dick.
with a lid. Yeah,
Nice.
but so yeah, I didn't actually take theater classes. I
but
started improv in college, so I didn't actually do scripted plays until I graduated college.
But have you done like dramatic works? Like actually dramatic shows or
No,
no?
everything's been comedic.
No. So the audience cries.
Yeah, with joy, pure joy
There
at
won't
my
be a-
hilarity.
Won't be a dry seat in the house.
Little peepees.
Kenny, what about you? Any pranks?
No, I never did any pranks. The closest one anybody did on me was years ago. I started working in the theme parks, and I was doing a spieling show where we show how we do special effects for movies.
Right.
And at the end of my spiel, I was supposed to say, "Thank you for joining us for the magic of effects." So I say my line, and all of a sudden, from behind me, somebody fired a super soaker right up my ass.
That's a bidet.
Welcome. All right, thank you, and look at the magic of effects. Like, where the hell did she get a super soaker?
That's one thing I've never done is a practical joke in any of my theme park shows.
Did you tell you got fired from one? Yeah, Kenny, you and Melanie are lame.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
We have very uneventful lives.
Yeah, and you can't do practical jokes in the lab because people's skin burns off.
That's true. That's a good call.
That's a fair point.
Hey,
I remember I've done a lot of shows where they've replaced the alcohol with actual alcohol.
Oh.
I've done that. My favorite one that I did, I was audio tech for Nonsense.
right?
And it was the head of the department, Dina Marie, who played Mother Superior. So, and she was great, fantastic Mother Superior. So there's a scene where they're doing a cookbook. They're doing a cooking segment, and it's all them. So we put all Playgirl pictures in the cookbook. So Dina Marie, by the way, She's like 5'2". Little. She reminds me of like a little bit like a God. What is her name? She's in Harry Potter. A little bit like she reminds me of like the
Emma Watson?
no. The mom. The Weasley. Mrs. Weasley. Reminds me
forget
of
her
very
name.
loving, nice, but don't fuck with her kids because she will do the shit like that. So super sweet Southern woman. She gets to the part. Okay, let's take a look at what's. Oh my! Oh well, that looks delicious. I don't, no, honey. They're like, did you just see the other two? They're dying. Ooh, I don't have a pot big enough for that. That's just. She just starts going off. We
Jesus.
were dying, laughing, crying. It was so good.
We got into a prank war specifically in that same the Sound of Music show, and our what is her name? The lead character, Maria. Our Maria thought she was going to be so funny and try to prank us. Oh, that bitch! We got her so good. I think she like it started off. She put like shaving cream in our shoes.
Weak.
But
That's
you
easy.
can see it.
Yeah.
Like you have to pick up the shoe to put it on.
Rookie
And you just
mistake.
scoop it out. So we took every clothes hanger and loose brick that we could find backstage.
And murdered her?
Yes, and her fetus. No, we put it in her suitcase because she has a quick change going from the convent to going into the house. So everything is preset for her right next to the stage. So she's changing really quick. And then she runs up to the stage to grab her suitcase, and you just see her go, and she's like she's using her leg to help her carry it out onto the stage, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you guys." So like our jackets, she did like a little whip stitch, just like a little one stitch inside the jacket, and just go to put your hand in, and you're like, "Oh, my hand just pops right there. It's just one stitch." Like that was dumb. So then she has another quick change with a wedding dress. And so we took shaving cream and put it all on the inside of the wedding dress,
Wow.
knowing that she has to, like as
Yep.
the dressers are holding it open, and she just slides her arms in, and then one of us zips it up the back. So she felt everything. That was fun.
Oh my! I love practical jokes. I mean, even outside of theater and stuff. One of my favorite ones was that Indiana Jones show, which I just. By the way, Kevin Broussard did this to me. But I was listening to a podcast, and Josh Brolin talked about, and he had the same thing done on the set of a movie. And I was like, oh my God,
That makes you famous,
yes.
kind of.
So what is it?
So what happened was, at the Indiana Jones show, it's a boys' locker room. It's what it is. It's stunt people, and it's just a lot of masculinity and all
Talking
that.
about grabbing pussies.
Yes, because that's what you do.
Locker room
So
talk.
we're there, and practical jokes are going all over the place. So at that point, I had just lost like 35, 40 pounds. I was working out every day. I was feeling good. So then I go to put on my shorts, and they're tight. And I was like, why are they tight? And I pull them off, and I look, and they're my shorts. It has Ali on it. And I look at the waist, and it was a 34. I was like, okay. I was like, man, this is weird. Come back again. Shorts are fine. Next week, tight again. Then they got tighter. Like, I'm like, what? So I'm sitting in the thing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they were just getting tighter. So what he had them do was keep switching out my shorts to smaller shorts, but they would put the tags back that would say 34.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there getting frustrated as hell because I'm losing so much weight. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
bullshit.
Mess with people's mental state about their body image. Let's
This
do
fucking
it.
sucks. And then
Did you guys
finally they
hear
get-
Ali hung himself? He said the workouts
Exactly.
weren't
It's like,
working.
That's
okay,
it.
That's what you go after.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
The
That was
only
hilarious.
other prank I can think of, it really wasn't much of a prank. Do you all remember Maria Reagan?
Yeah.
Well, I guess she's Maria Flores now.
That's my sister.
She is?
Maria Flores.
Okay. So,
I can't, hold on, pause. I can't read if that was a serious moment or what just happened here.
That's my sister. She's the one that got me into Nickelodeon. Yeah.
I did not know that's
Yeah.
your sister. I'll be
Okay.
darned.
There was just a big pause and eye contact, and I.
That's why there was a pause, because
Okay.
I'm really
My
trying
favorite
to
thing
figure
about that
out-
is when we used to tell people we were related, they would always go, I could see it. We're not fucking related. She's Cuban, I'm Mexican. It's different.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, no, there was. I paused because I was really trying to figure out if he was being serious or not. But anyway,
I paused because I don't know the difference between Cubans and Mexicans. So.
it's because there is none. Anyway,
Rolf.
so her and I, we did a production years ago called The Big Oz, which is the story of Wizard of Oz, but as like a gangster noir film or
Right.
something like that. And her and I are cast in it. So one day we're at rehearsals. We're all just hanging backstage talking about whatever. And for some reason, somebody said something. Maria's standing next to me. Somebody says something. She says, well, give the man a hand. And then she slaps my nuts and then runs off. And I was like, oh, God. But I as painful as
That's
it was,
the family
I died
resentment.
laughing.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
The old Cirque show that Ali and I did, Ed was in it as well. Ed came in one day with the worst sunburn. He fell asleep on the beach. He was so red, like comically red.
Poke 'em.
And well, I put up on the board, because I would write notes like for the cast. I put, it's National Slap Ed in the Chest Day.
Oh, God.
As
Oh,
a
my God.
joke. And one of our singers came in, and she's such a sweet, like, nice person.
Is that your way of saying she was dumb?
She was
Okay.
actually really smart, but she was so friendly, and she saw that on the board, and then she walked up to Ed, and she went, hey, Ed! Slapped him right on the chest. His eyes just start welling, and she's like, why are we doing this? And Ed was like,
And she's doing it again.
and Ed was like, Todd, put that up there because I am sunburned. And he's just like crying. Have you ever? So I've had ideas for pranks that I thought I'll never be able to get myself out of because I love
You mean
pranks.
arrested?
Me too.
Like you'll get arrested?
No. Oh, so like I remember. I remember I was dating this girl
That's
back
not
in
a
the
prank.
day.
That's a crime if
Yeah.
you're going to get arrested.
I was dating
There's a
this girl
level.
back in. I shouldn't even tell this story. I didn't.
Yes, you should.
I
You
didn't
might
even.
get arrested now.
I
depending
thought I
on-
didn't do this. It was just an idea that I had, and it was what if I went to one of like my makeup artist friends and just had them like give me like a new nose, like just different hair, like just try to make me look like a different person,
Right.
and then I'll just hang around outside her home when
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
That is, okay, yep.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't do that.
That is a good choice. Let's not
just
do that.
lean up against her car playing with a knife. That's all it was.
Let's not.
It's less prank, more stalking.
Yep.
And you do too much of that as it is.
Yeah, but there was what was the other one that I thought of that I was like, oh, I'll never get out of this. This wasn't really a prank. This was my first time I ever went to Vegas. Melanie, have you been to Vegas?
No.
Okay, Kenny, have you been to Vegas?
Actually, yes.
Yeah. So Ali, you've been, right?
Yeah, I love it.
So you might be familiar with this, Kenny and Ali. If I do this,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I know exactly what that is.
Melanie, what that is, there are guys that hold like pornographic cards for dancers or strippers or
Escorts.
yeah, to come to your room. And they are littered up the strip. And what they do is they slap one in their hand so you turn your head to look, and then when you look, they're handing you something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Then
most
there's
people
the reflex to.
most people
Yeah.
just throw them on the ground
Yeah.
afterwards
Yeah.
or whatever. So my first trip out to Vegas, I did not just throw them on the ground. I saved every goddamn one that I could find because what my plan, like in my head, I was like, I'm just going to keep these in my suitcase and I'm
Getting
going
creepy.
to leave my suit. No, because it's also like books. Like they
Yeah.
give you like booklets full of these ads. And I was like, I'm going to circle some of them, doggy ear some pages, and I'm just
X
going
out their eyes.
and I was just gonna put them in my suitcase and not unpack until my girlfriend got so fed up with my backpack or my suitcase being there that she would open it up.
Right.
And then I realized, like at the day before I left, I went, I don't know if I could explain my way out of this as it being a prank.
Because she's already going to be pissed off that you didn't unpack,
Right.
and then that's on top of it.
Yeah.
You ever had a practical joke go bad? Like turn sour? Like oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, I had the one and I think we talked about it on the podcast once. I was living in Tampa, and I called up a friend of mine to tell him we were going to do a game night the next night. It was like midnight, but like we were all 19. We were all doing these up all night, and when he answered his phone, he went, "What's wrong?" Instead of saying like, "What's up?" So I just went, "I'm in jail," and he went, "What? No, you're not." And I was like, yeah, man, I tried to get a hold of my roommate, and I can't get a hold of him, and just see if you can get a hold of him. And then one of my friends who was just there behind me, he just goes off in the distance and goes, you got 2 minutes. and and then I hung up the phone because I was going to start laughing. And then we ended up doing this elaborate prank that went until
God.
like 4:30 in the morning. He came over. I was gone. My roommate was there to meet him. They drove through downtown Tampa, where they found me in handcuffs and a ripped shirt with another friend of mine who said he came to bail me out, but they wouldn't take credit card, and that I flipped out, pushed a cop, and ran out the door, so he didn't know what else to do, so he ran too. And that one went, I started to feel so bad because it was so late, and this guy Cliff was so sweet. He was like cradling me in his arms. I was crying in the backseat of the car, and he's like, Todd, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to be okay. We just got to do what's right. We gotta
bring you back.
We got to take you back there. And
What
so
did you say was your reason for getting arrested?
picking up a prostitute.
With a
Great.
suitcase full of booklets.
Great.
By the way, listeners, in case anyone was wondering, Todd still has all those naked lady cards from Vegas. He keeps it in a binder, like baseball
Alphabetized.
cards, and he keeps it right on top of a shelf right next to his wedding.
No, I like
that's cinnamon.
Melanie's.
That's cinnamon. Don't bend the corners.
That's valuable. She's dead. I like Melanie's
nothing to do with
idea of crossing out the eyes.
I did one that got my ass whooped by my mom. And now timing is everything.
Is everything.
Yes. So I cut up a couple of lines of salt and I put it on the dinner table. And I'm just sitting there with a couple of lines of salt.
Oh, shit.
And I waited for my mom to walk in and I just went, and I blew out the salt, but and making that noise, and it looks like, and I just came up, I went, Mom! She beat the shit out of me. And I'm like, it's just salt. It's just salt.
Yeah, no, it's assault what she was doing to you.
Now, my brother had just gone to prison for cocaine.
Okay.
So
Okay.
timing is everything when it comes
Could
to
you imagine
shit.
if she made you do it and you just inhaled
my
that
God.
much salt?
Oh, no, there was still some in my nose, and it did go in after I thought it was done. Like, I took a breath. That shit burned
Yeah.
so bad. Oh.
I think a friend of ours, Heather Leonardi, she's a mama's cousin. She was doing a show where she had to do cocaine, and so she did BC powder and she would snort it. So when she was, because she was my roommate, so she would practice trying to get it down, but every single time she would snort it, and for method acting, it was amazing because her nose was instantly red, her eyes would just water.
Yeah.
But it's not cocaine.
Yeah.
Have you guys done like an outside of
Cocaine?
No,
Is that what
yes.
you're
Have you-
asking?
Melanie, have you done cocaine?
Have we done cocaine?
Tonight.
I used
No,
to
have you done a prank?
I used
like
to do that with Smarties.
crush them up and snort
Yeah,
them?
for some reason, when I was in like,
Snorties?
These things
No,
have to
Smarties.
do permanent damage somewhere.
no,
in your
because you're just
system.
inhaling sugar. You just take the
All
Smarties,
I'm
you
thinking
crush
about,
them.
all I'm picturing right now is Ralphie Wiggum with the crayon in his
Melanie, have you ever played a prank on anyone?
Ooh.
Or have you had a good prank played on you? Because I go down these YouTube rabbit holes of pranks, and there's some that I'm like, oh, God, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But there's no way I can do this.
Yeah.
There's one.
No, I can't think of anything.
There's one that I see. Well, let me tell you this one that I planned on doing, but I ended up backing out because I realized I could destroy someone's life. But it was funny for years as I was getting ready for it. So for years, I was saving condom wrappers,
Oh, my God.
just saving them. And
In their own binder,
Why?
alphabetical?
yeah, no,
He keeps them next to his
No.
naked lady card.
they were in like a big old bag. And the whole reason I was saving them is so that one day someone would go, hey, Todd, can you house sit while me and my wife go out of town on vacation? So that what I thought would be funny. Now, mind you, like, I didn't just want to leave them out. I wanted to hide them in a
Easter eggs.
in a winter coat pocket.
That's
or
awesome.
underneath the silverware drawer.
Oh, my God, that's amazing.
So things that they wouldn't find for years. And then I realized, I won't be there for this to actually to see it.
That's how you create a murder suicide.
That's the best.
Yes.
That's the best. That's the best. So you were talking about this earlier, and I'm sorry if we were the only practical jokers that are taking over.
Yeah,
this,
you guys suck.
But when you talked about
It's
how
fine. I'm
somebody
spending my time judging you. I've got something to do.
somebody who tries to do practical jokes they think they're getting one on you, but
Yeah.
you're way better.
Right.
So I used to work for the National Hot Rod Association. So I was an MC, and we would tour around. And there was this guy who was one of the ESPN truck drivers. So he was out there. And he found out that me and Frady loved to do practical jokes. So he started doing little things, kind of like what your friend was doing, those little things. So then he put like oil or grease on our steering wheel for our vehicle our actual vehicle that we use for the show. And I was like, this son of a bitch.
So I killed his mom.
So we were like, who did that? And then he's giggling. That's right. Y'all aren't the king of practical jokes. I am. And we went, okay. So we were having dinner on the track, and we went to one of the RVs. There's usually a huge RV line, and they're always grilling. And I looked at my boy and I go, hey, you guys have any chicken I can borrow? Chicken you're not going to cook? Oh, yeah, we got some old chicken. Yeah, give me a piece of that. And give me some aluminum foil. Now, this guy had always said, hey, man, if you guys get drunk on the track, don't try to drive to the hotel. I keep a spare key to my semi underneath where the step up. Okay. So we get into a semi, we get some chicken, some raw chicken, and we put it under his seat, like all the way under his passenger seat.
Gross.
2 weeks later, I get a call from JL, who's one of the other drivers. He goes, guys, Jonathan is freaking out. He doesn't know where the smell is, where it's coming from. He's like, what is this smell? He goes, he just sits in his truck smoking cigarettes. He's got like 15 of those little green trees stuck in his thing. Another week later, he goes, dude, you're not going to believe this. Jonathan had the company replace the truck because he could not get the smell out.
You got to get more chicken.
When they came over to get the truck out, they were like, what is going on? JL's like, dude, you can't get within 50 yards of that truck. It is so disgusting. So they're trying to figure out the smell. They go, something's in your truck. And they took the seat off, and they said it was Coachella for maggots. Yeah. Like it was awful. Like it was awful. And they're like, how the fuck were you driving with this? He goes, I just did. For 3 weeks, raw, rotten chicken. And he was pissed. He's like, who the hell would do that? And JL's like, you can't think of anyone you tried to do a practical joke on? And you're wondering who would? Fucking Ali and Kevin. And I was like, you're goddamn right. He never did a joke on us again.
Or at least he hasn't pulled it off yet.
I know, right?
He's waiting.
The longest.
It's been like 20 years, but yeah, all right. It's a slow one.
Hey, that kind of patience is dangerous.
There's one that I see on YouTube
And
all the
psychotic.
time, and I don't have the heart to do it, but I laugh every time I see it. Watching people, I don't know if you've ever gone down that rabbit hole, like on YouTube or Instagram or something, where you're just watching pranks. There's this one prank, and if you just look it up, they'll give you the video, but there are multiple videos that state a imminent nuclear war.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And you can get the video that has your city listed, and it looks legit, and you just stream it to your TV when family is there, and it looks like a news interrupt, but it's like an emergency broadcast signal. And then there are, have you guys seen this?
I've seen it. It's
Seems
so good.
way too far. Also,
It's
the
so
fact
good.
that you were like, there's an imminent nuclear attack, and two people just walked up to the window and like panic froze and looked in.
No, but it's the video, like the best ones are people do it like Thanksgiving dinner when everyone's there, tensions are already high, and they just had a nice political discussion about eating animals, dogs and cats.
And the crazy aunt is already drunk.
Yeah, and then like one of the teenage kids just shoots it up to the TV, and you just see like drunk uncle looking at the TV, and he pauses, everyone else is talking, and then you just hear, wait, everyone shut the fuck up! and he's looking at the TV, and he's like, oh my God! And then they start listing off the cities, and their city is listed, and you see this family fucking fall apart, and the kid who's streaming it and filming it is just... That's
funny.
Me laugh.
You know what ones I don't like? I don't like the ones where they do like the fake lotto tickets for people that need the money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get that whole joy, and I always feel so bad
We used to
when I
sell
do that
those.
to them.
I worked at a magic shop, and we used to sell those, and sure enough, someone came back in 3 weeks later. They bought it while they were visiting Orlando, and then left, and then had to come back down because it was a Florida
Oh
thing.
my God.
But yeah, 3 weeks. They were like, my life.
Wait, they bought it from?
No, it was, I guess, someone they were
Oh,
with
okay,
bought it.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
But
So
like,
they
if you
drove
look-
back to Orlando to collect the money,
But
and
if you look at the back where it says collect information, and this is what I thought was funny about it, it was like, to receive payment, visit your mom. And
Maybe they tried. Maybe they went home to their mom and they were like, Mom,
do you know what this is all about?
so does
how
that have
did
to
you
come
get all
to
this
you?
money?
And meanwhile, she's freaking out because there's an imminent nuclear fallout happening on the screen.
Exactly.
All right, we gotta start wrapping this up.
Yep.
God,
So-
how many times have a date said that to you?
Melanie,
What?
I'm gonna leave you for last.
Okay.
Kenny,
Yeah.
what did you learn tonight?
I learned that it's pretty easy yet pretty detrimental to a person's mental health to pull pranks.
Yeah, it's fun though. Ali, what did you learn tonight?
I learned that Kenny and Melanie have lived very dull lives.
Yeah.
It's true.
Melanie,
Yes.
what have you learned tonight?
I've learned to never, ever, ever trust any of you.
You just learned that?
I think there was a shimmer of hope.
Oh.
It's gone.
I learned something tonight too.
What'd you learn?
That Melanie and Kenny are in for a rude awakening when this prank war starts.
Oh, God.
Because I've got some ideas.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're Mama's Comedy Show. We're here every Friday night at 9 p.m. Go to www.mamascomedyshow.com. Kenny, where are you?
Right in front of you.
Okay, cool. Ali, where can people find you?
Hey, Ali Flores Comedy on all the social medias. Follow me there. I host bingo all around town. I do stand-up comedy. I'll do anything really for money. So
Yeah, and Melanie,
There you
where can people contact you online with pictures, dick pics, and...
Yeah, when you're walking down the Vegas Strip, make sure you collect every single card because just one of them might be me.
they've banned them in certain areas now. It's
Well,
limited to
then
just
you're
one.
screwed.
Yeah.
you can still use AOL Messenger though, so you'll be all right.
AIM. That's how my sister came out to me. Did I ever tell you that?
Yes.
My sister came out to me through AIM, and she was like, I didn't know if you'd be upset. And I'm like, I'm
Through-
upset that you did it on Instant Messenger.
Wait, through AIM?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this was last year, so
Yeah.
you know.
All right.
She was just in the other room. She didn't
well-
want to walk in.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.